If you are struggling to decide whether to stay or leave, it may feel as though two different parts of you are fighting for control. One part says, I can't keep living like this. Another part says, but there's still so much here that matters to me. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to help you understand what each of those sides might be trying to protect, and why being unable to choose doesn't mean you're weak, foolish, or in denial. Hi, I'm Karen, a relationship decision coach and a meditation instructor. After nearly 30 years of meditation, I understand how difficult it can be to hear your own wisdom when fear, guilt, hope, and pressure are all speaking at the same time. You may wake up one morning feeling certain something has to change. You're tired of having the same conversation over and over. You're tired of waiting for accountability. You're tired of hearing promises without seeing meaningful change. In that moment, leaving may feel like the only honest choice. But then you remember everything you built together. You think about your family, your shared history, your home, your spiritual beliefs, and the part of him you still genuinely love. Maybe you have a good conversation. He does something thoughtful. You laugh together, or you experience a few peaceful moments. Now the part of you that wants to stay becomes louder, and you begin wondering whether you're focusing too much on what was wrong. Maybe things aren't as bad as they felt. Maybe you should just be more patient. Maybe you should just give it more time. Then something happens again, and the other part of you says, see, nothing's really changed. You're right back where you started. This back and forth can make you feel as though something is wrong with you. But what if your indecision isn't proof that you lack wisdom? What if these two parts of you are trying to protect different things that are both important? The part of you that wants something to change might be protecting your emotional well-being. She remembers the loneliness, the disappointment, the needs that have gone unspoken or unmet. She may be protecting your dignity, your self-respect, or the hope that life could feel different. But the part of you that wants to stay is also protecting something. She may be protecting love, commitment, companionship, family, financial stability, your spiritual values, or the life you spent years building. She remembers his good qualities. She sees the whole person, not only the behavior that hurts. She may still believe in the relationship, or she may not yet know whether what's happening outweighs everything else that matters to her. This doesn't make her foolish. It means this decision is more complicated than other people understand. Either choice could cost you something important. If you stay, you may fear the behavior won't change. You may worry that experiencing the same disappointment a year from now, or wondering if continuing to live this way will cost you emotionally. If you leave, you may lose a relationship, a home, daily companionship, financial responsibility, family traditions, or the future you once imagined. Even when you know something's not working, that doesn't make everything else meaningless. This is why your mind keeps trying to build a case. It remembers the worst moments when you're considering leaving. Then it remembers the best moments when you're considering staying. It keeps searching for the one final piece of evidence that will make one choice completely right and the other completely wrong. Your mind believes that if it analyzes a situation long enough, it can protect you from regret. But instead of creating clarity, all that analysis can create more noise. Your body might also react to both possibilities. When you imagine living this way for another 5 years, you may feel tension in your chest, heaviness, or exhaustion. But when you imagine leaving, your heart may race. You may feel frightened, unsettled, overwhelmed by everything that could change. Your body isn't necessarily telling you which decision to make. It may be telling you that both decisions carry emotional weight and that this decision matters deeply to you. Then there's another voice, the one you keep absorbing on social media. may not have told your friends what's happening in your marriage. You may have been carrying all this privately. But every time you open up your phone, you see relationship advice reduced to slogans. If he wanted to, he would. You know your worth. Just leave. Those statements may contain one small piece of truth, but they cannot hold your whole truth of your marriage. After hearing them enough, you may start to ask yourself, why can't I just make up my mind? Am I making this harder than it needs to be? Why does the answer seem so obvious to everyone except me? But no social media post has to live with the consequences of your decision. You do. Shame will not make it clearer. It will only make it harder to listen honestly to both sides of yourself. So instead of forcing yourself to decide today, I want to offer you a simple practice. Find a quiet place. Allow your feet to rest firmly on the floor. Take one slow breath, relax your shoulders, and allow your body to settle. Now think about the part of you that wants to stay. Without arguing or correcting her, ask, what are you trying to protect? What am I afraid to lose? Write down whatever comes up. And take another slow breath and turn towards a part of you that wants to leave or needs something to change. Ask her the same questions. What are you trying to protect? What am I afraid I could lose? Again, write without judging or trying to decide which answer is more reasonable. You may discover that both sides want the same things. They may both want peace. They may both want love. They may both want safety, dignity, stability, or a life that reflects your spiritual values. Simply have different ideas about how to protect those things. The purpose of this exercise is not to make a decision today. It is to stop treating one part of you as right and the other part of you as wrong. Both parts carry information. Clarity begins when you can listen to all that information without pressing yourself towards a particular answer. You may ultimately decide to stay, and you may choose to leave. You may realize that you need more time or more information before making a choice. Your decision belongs to you. If you're feeling stuck between staying and leaving, I've created a free masterclass called the Sacred Clarity Method. It will help you begin from moving from confusion to clarity so you can make a decision you can trust. You'll find the link in the description below. And until next time, take care of yourself, okay?